Adrenaline. The surge of adrenaline kept him awake all night after the accident. Extreme sports often provide an adrenaline rush that people find addictive. She felt her adrenaline spike just before going on stage. Adrenaline can sometimes make people stronger in dangerous situations. He used the burst of adrenaline to finish the race despite his injury. Birth rate. The country's birth rate has been steadily declining over the past decade. Government policies often aim to increase the birth rate through family support. A high birth rate can put pressure on healthcare and education systems. Economists compare birth rates to predict population growth. The city's low birth rate has caused concern among policymakers. Chortle. He let out a chortle when he heard the ridiculous excuse. The audience couldn't help but chortle at the comedian's jokes. Her soft chortle made everyone else laugh too. He tried to hide his chortle during the serious meeting. Children chortled with joy when the clown entered the room. Console. She tried to console her friend after the disappointing news. He bought flowers to console his mother during her sadness. A hug can sometimes console a person more than words. The teacher consoled the students after they lost the match. It's hard to console someone who refuses comfort. Down payment. They made a down payment on their new car last week. Without a down payment, the bank wouldn't approve the loan. The down payment on the apartment was higher than expected. Many families save for years to afford a down payment on a house. She paid the down payment in cash to secure the deal. Dressing table. She kept her makeup neatly arranged on the dressing table. The mirror on the dressing table was cracked. He placed the perfume bottles carefully on the dressing table. The antique dressing table was passed down from her grandmother. A small lamp on the dressing table lit the entire room. Fellowship. He won a fellowship to study abroad for a year. The fellowship program supports young scientists in research. Her fellowship with other writers inspired her novel. A sense of fellowship grew among the team members. The university offers fellowships in both arts and sciences. Glossary. The textbook includes a glossary at the end for difficult terms. He referred to the glossary to understand the legal words. A glossary is useful when learning technical vocabulary. She created a glossary of terms for her presentation. The glossary listed more than 200 key expressions. Grasp, grasping. He finally had a good grasp of the subject after studying for weeks. She tried to grasp the rope but missed it. His grasp of mathematics is impressive for his age. The child grasped his mother's hand tightly. He is still grasping the main ideas of the new project. The sailors climbed out of the hatch to reach the deck. The birds will hatch in about 2 weeks. He pushed the hatch open to see what was inside. The company is trying to hatch a new business plan. The hatch on the submarine was sealed tightly. Interval. There was a short interval between the 2 acts of the play. He goes jogging at regular intervals throughout the week. The interval lasted 15 minutes before the show continued. The teacher used the interval to prepare the next lesson. They met at fixed intervals to review their progress. Leaflet. The leaflet explained the museum's opening hours. Volunteers handed out leaflets on the street. She picked up a leaflet about healthy eating. The leaflet contained a map of the festival grounds. He printed leaflets to advertise his new cafe. Livid. She was livid when she found out about the mistake. His face turned livid with anger. The manager was livid at the staff's careless error. He became livid when he realized his wallet was stolen. She looked livid but managed to stay calm. Misadventure. The holiday turned into a misadventure when their car broke down. He wrote a book about his travel misadventures. Their mountain trip ended in misadventure due to bad weather. A series of misadventures made him late for the meeting. The film is full of comic misadventures. Oddball. He's considered an oddball because of his unusual hobbies. The oddball in the office never joins group activities. Her oddball fashion sense makes her stand out. People thought he was an oddball, but he was just shy. Every family has at least one oddball member. Outlive. She managed to outlive all her siblings. The building has outlived its original purpose. Many traditions outlive the people who started them. He hopes to outlive the hardships of his youth. The Queen outlived most of her contemporaries. Padded. The padded jacket kept him warm in the snow. She placed the fragile vase in a padded box. The padded envelope protected the documents. He sat on a padded chair during the concert. The padded walls reduced the noise. Pottery. She learned how to make bowls in a pottery class. The museum displayed ancient pottery from Greece. He enjoys painting pottery as a hobby. Pottery has been made by hand for thousands of years. They bought pottery souvenirs from the village market. Pussycat. Don't worry, he looks strict but he's really a pussycat. The little pussycat curled up by the fire. She adopted a stray pussycat from the street. That teacher is a pussycat once you get to know him. The pussycat jumped onto the sofa and fell asleep. Registered. Please register online before the event. He registered for the course last month. Only registered voters can take part in the election. She is a registered nurse working at the hospital. The company is registered in the United Kingdom. Safety pin. She used a safety pin to fix her dress. A safety pin held the baby's blanket in place. He always keeps a safety pin in his bag. The safety pin broke when he tried to force it. She decorated her jacket with colorful safety pins. Settee. They bought a comfortable settee for the living room. She sat on the settee with a cup of tea. The settee was covered in soft fabric. He stretched out on the settee to watch TV. The old settee was replaced with a modern sofa. South-westerly. The ship sailed in a southwesterly direction. Strong southwesterly winds hit the coast. The storm came from the southwesterly side. They set a southwesterly course to reach the island. Southwesterly breezes made the weather pleasant. Standby ticket. He bought a standby ticket in case the flight was full. Standby tickets are often cheaper than regular ones. She managed to board the plane with a standby ticket. A standby ticket doesn't guarantee a seat. He waited at the airport with his standby ticket. Talk around. They tried to talk him around to their point of view. She talked around the issue instead of giving an answer. The lawyer managed to talk around the tricky question. He talked around his parents until they agreed. Politicians often talk around sensitive topics.